we also have some awesome science books that I'm going to share. We have this really fun series called My Very First. So we have lots of books in this series. This one is all about the human body. We do have one on science. We have one on nature and being outdoors. We have one on the seas and oceans, one on dinosaurs. So really a lot of them to choose from. Oh, and one on animals. This is a really great series to introduce the idea of anatomy. This would be really good for a younger child. Great, all these cute little cartoons. So not super scientifically accurate, but also, like I mentioned, just a really fun way to kind of introduce the subject. It talks about all sorts of things: the brain, the muscular system, the skeletal system, digestion. So talks on all those different topics. I love to read this one to my children, whether or not we're doing school or just because they love to read that one as well. And then another really fun book, this one a little bit more anatomically correct. The Big Book of the Body is a really fun way to talk about anatomy with your children. So it talks about like what are we made out of, cells, bones, muscles, all that kind of thing. What's really cool about this book, the reason why it's called a big book, it's got some really cool fold out pages. So this is going to actually fold up. And then you can see right here how big the skeletal picture is. So my kids actually like to lay on the ground next to it and compare themselves. It's got like little bite-sized chunks of information, so little like blurbs. Again, a wonderful way for your child to kind of retain information. And then these fold-outs are double-sided, and so on the other side of this one you're going to have the muscular system. And so really cool. Again, my kids love to like lay on the ground next to it and kind of check out these really, really large pictures. They're super durable. You're going to have another fold out on like the heart and the blood flow. And then again on this side, a whole nother fold out for digestion. And so the whole system, like you're going to have like the human eating, and then you can watch the food go all the way through. So this is a really fun way to introduce all those things about the human body. My kids really love our big books. We have lots of them to choose from, so not just this one. Again, we have one on stars and planets, which would be really fun. And then we have one on like dinosaurs and animals and sea animals, so definitely check these out if you like that format. And then we also have these really cool books for older readers. So The Amazing Discoveries of 100 Brilliant Scientists. It's exactly like you would picture from the title. It's got 100 different amazing discoveries by brilliant scientists. So it goes through all sorts of things like the inventor of electricity, the inventor of the X-ray, all sorts of different science in here. And then you pretty much have about one discovery per page. So this is really cool. Again, this is a fun book just for your child to like pick up, or if in your textbook you guys are learning about, say, any one of these scientists, you can look them up and study more about them in this book. So really fun, lots of super cool discoveries. And then also what I love about this book, got lots of women in it too, so not just men here, lots of women and men in here. And then very similarly, we have our 100 Things to Know About series. This one is, again, kind of the same format, so it really does have 100 things to know. These are kind of fun facts, lots of fun things to learn. So it says, the ninth thing to learn: ears get longer even after they stop growing. Laughter is infectious. A 5-year-old's mouth can hold up to 52 teeth at the same time. So like lots of really cool information. This one again is on the human body, but we do have one about science, one about history, one about planet Earth. So lots of fun facts in this book. Again, either to supplement your homeschooling or just to have your child learning throughout the year. We have this really cool, I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of encyclopedias next. We have a really cool Usborne World of Animals. This is kind of like a beginner encyclopedia. It's going to have lots of beautiful photographs. It's going to have some illustrations. This kind of reminds me of that box set that I shared earlier, but going to have a lot more text if you notice. So a lot more text, goes a good bit more in depth, so this would be better for an older reader. But super fun. I'm going to also share one thing why I like this book so much. We talked about the atlas earlier. This book also has maps in it and atlases, so you can kind of see the habitats of each of the animals. So as you're learning about the animals, you're going to learn about where you can find them on the map. So this is really cool. It gives your child an awesome visual, so they're not just learning about the animals, but the geography and where to find them as well. And then we also have lots of encyclopedias. This is just one of them, the Usborne Science Encyclopedia. This is a book that we have used every single year since we started homeschooling, because again, it's just a great reference book. If we're learning about something, we can come to this book and look it up and learn even more about it. So as you can tell, lots of pictures, lots of text. This one is good for lots of different ages. My kids are always fascinated by this and love to just thumb through it and learn. But again, if we're learning about something specific, like let's say plants, we can come in here and find more about plants. So really cool book to have for a reference book. And then we also have an illustrated dictionary of science, which is kind of similar, but this is just a dictionary. So if you're learning about, for instance, magnetic fields, you can search it in the dictionary and find out more about it. Okay, so I would love to know what you think about these. Is this kind of what you were looking for? We have lots of other options. In fact, I left out a lot of them because you did mention not wanting Lift the Flat books. We do have lots of Lift the Flat books, such as like Lift the Flat Biology, the Human Body, like lots of them. So let me know if you'd like to see some of those as well. Okay, bye.